Alright, welcome to the quick walkthrough for the Wheelie Bike Rolodex, which is my Sinatra projects for the Learn Co online program. First off, we're starting with Fresh DB, so everything here will be brand new and we'll walk through each of the steps. Quick talking points. This is obviously an MVC Sinatra app using Active Record. So it has two different models. One is user, that has a username and a password. Also has an email, but username and password are required. Email is optional. And then it has motorcycles. Motorcycles have a make, a model, a year, and a size. And the only thing that's required is make. So they can actually create a motorcycle with just the make, and then they can go back and add any details that they would want. And then the motorcycles belong to a user, and the user has many motorcycles, so that's the associations there. User accounts, obviously they have to create an account to get into create them, see them, or anything like that, see the motorcycles or anything like that. So there are authentication errors. I've added some logic that actually kind of pinpoints which one, if they're missing a username or anything like that. And I've also used the active record validation errors too. So a little bit of both there. I pass them into an error instance variable, and then I put that in the layout so it actually can go across all pages. And then I will display the CRUD abilities. I will also show that they are only editable by the owner. There is protection in the controllers as well as on the ERBs. I have some logic in there to not display the buttons unless they are the actual owner. And then validations. Active record validations, the only thing I have is, like I said, the username and password has to be there for the user. And then you have to have a make for the motorcycles. So we'll go ahead and run through real quick. First things first, this is fresh, so we're going to go to sign up. Right now it just shows these two. If we come back to the home page after we sign in, we'll actually see some different links. There's some logic there saying that if there's a current user, then some will show, and if there's not, these will show. So if we sign up, I'll go ahead and sign up with one of mine. Like I said, username and password have to be there. If I forget one of those, I'm going to get the active record errors. These are actually errors that come back from active record. So let's go ahead and sign one user up. And when we submit, we'll go straight into the user page. There is logic here saying that there's no bikes. If they'd like to, they can create one here. There's also a create link down here. This actually takes you to all motorcycles, and then we have a log out at the bottom. Home takes you back to that home page we were talking about, and you can see right here, this has different links. View all motorcycles. It'll take you to your profile page or to log out. So we'll go back to the profile page. We'll create a bike real quick. I'll do one of mine. Bird FE 390. Oop. Alright, so this is the dirt bike I have. We'll fire that one in there. And then this takes you to all motorcycles. So as you can see, has the information that we just put in. It does have the bike owner, the view down here, so we can actually see just that bike. And then if we want, since I am logged in as the user that owns this, I can actually edit or delete. So we can go to edit. You can see, let's take off the year real quick. We'll submit it. And then when it takes us back, you can see that it is no longer showing the year in this or the all. I have some logic in there so it only shows the information that is actually there, so that way we don't have a bunch of random empty blank space. We'll go ahead and edit that back. All right. And then let's add one more real quick. Alright, and this is a cruiser I got, so we'll go ahead and submit that one. Alright, so we can see we have the edit, we have the delete, we can do that for both. Let's go ahead and delete one just to show. So I've went ahead and deleted the second one there, so we still have the Husaberg, but the Suzuki is gone. You can go to, let's go back to the user, finds MP, and you can actually see that it's just showing one there as well. So that second bike has been deleted. So let's go ahead and log out, we'll create a new user, see some of the stuff there. So first things first, we'll sign them up, and then I'll show you some of the logic behind the login. So we'll use the Learn Co skills 1, 2, 3. We got a few lessons to go. Submit that. All right, it's going to log us in. We'll log right back out. Takes us back into the login. So let's go ahead and try to log in with nothing. So this has some logic. It'll go through each step and kind of give you which one needs to be corrected based on what's going on. So right now, obviously, it's saying username can't be blank. So that's one of the required ones. So let's go ahead and fill it in. We'll use that skills again. Alright, if we hit submit, it's going to say password can't be blank because that is required as well. So let's say that we do both, but let's say we put the wrong password. Alright, we're going to submit that. It's going to say that password is not valid. Please try again. What if we put a user in that doesn't exist? All right, so Bon Jovi's not signed up yet. We couldn't find a user with that login. So a little bit of logic there that kind of pinpoints exactly what's going on and gives you the correct error back. So we'll go back into Skittles and go ahead and sign in. You'll see their page, no bikes. So let's go ahead and put that Suzuki under this one. All right, and we'll leave this blank for now. We submit it. It's going to show all motorcycles. It'll show the owner. So you can see the first owner is Fonz MP. Has all the info there. And then we have the second one. Like I said, no size there because the size is not listed. And then we have this, which is a link to their user page. We are signed in Skittles, so we get the edit and the delete buttons down there. And then let's do one more just to show you the slug for the user page. So we'll go ahead and use my favorite test space. And then we'll do a password. They're going to go ahead and be signed in. We'll create a new motorcycle. And we'll do one of my dad's real quick. I don't know what year it is, so I'll leave that blank. And I think it's a 650. So we'll submit that. So now he's got one listed. This will show all the bikes. You'll see the third one has edit and delete. And then if we go in and look at the link at the bottom, you can see it's actually test-space. So it does slug the username there. That way you can actually go to their page. So, all right. So one last thing. Let's go ahead and show that there is some authentication control or authentication protection in the controllers. So if we go back to all of them, let's take a look at Skittles bike number 2 here. And then if we try to edit it, we actually can't get into it. It'll actually kick us back to the all motorcycles page. So a little bit of logic there in the controllers to protect people from getting into stuff that they don't actually own. And it's also on the ERBs just to show that they don't really have access to the buttons unless they own it. And then if they somehow figure out the tricks of the code and try to get in there, then that protection's in the controller as well. So but that is pretty much the gist of the application. So if you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message. All right, thank you.